Hello everyone, today is Tuesday, June the 1st. My name is James. I go by Rascals Resellers here on YouTube and on eBay. It's been about 2 weeks since we put a video out. Things have been kind of hectic and crazy. We moved one home from college. Helped my best friend get moved into his new home that he purchased. Congratulations, buddy. We didn't just move him, we actually moved him in, like actually set up beds, set up washer and dryers, trying to make everything as functional as possible. Got him out of the old place. That was a little bit of a process, but we got it done. And again, congratulations on that. Haven't put out a YouTube video in a couple of weeks. Honestly, I hadn't even really listed anything in 2 weeks. At the end of the week, we have my youngest is graduating high school, so we have a graduation. So this is definitely a busy time in our lives. At the end of the summer, the wife and I will be empty nesters, and I don't know, maybe we get more focus put in on eBay, YouTube, things along those lines. But in the meantime, I still got to do what I got to do to keep moving. So this footage is actually off a GoPro I picked up. So learning how to play with that. You reach an age where you realize that technology has passed you by, and you don't realize it's passed you by until you start trying to use technology and start moving forward. So there's been some learning curve and some catching up with the technology of GoPros, cameras, YouTube, editing. It's been a process, but it's been a learning experience, and it's been fun along the way. But of course, we had the long weekend this week. Even though I haven't really been active and haven't really been doing anything, we did end up with 5 sales. So today we're going to pull, pack, and ship those items, and kind of go over the numbers at the end of the video. Hopefully it's going to be kind of clear cut and to the point, but trying to still find a rhythm in order to get videos going. So let's pull some items. Let's get started. All right, so we had 5 items sell. 2 were pants. We had these toothbrush heads sell, and we had 2 pairs of shoes that sold. Inventory system is still kind of whack, for lack of better terms. So this pair of shoes is this pair of shoes right here that the phone's leaned up against. It's actually both these 2 pairs of shoes. So these 2 pairs of shoes are both being shipped out. This is a pair of Hoka's, and this is a pair of women's Merrells. Actually, no, that's not the right pair of Merrells. Where are those? Those are over here. It's this pair of Merrells here. Oh, there we go. So it's this pair of men's size 11 Merrells that actually sold. They sold for $50.99 plus shipping. And then this pair of Hoka's that sold, I picked these up at Goodwill quite a while back. They are, for lack of better terms, they are beat up. I don't know if you can see, like right there, there's tread missing on it there. All of it was clearly labeled in the auction. That's why I have a pair of Hoka's that sold for just $29. But even still, there's profit there, even though they were beat up. I think some people use these for like mud runs and things like that. So, just one-time use type items. So we'll get those put over here. We'll get this pair put over there. One of the things I have actually been working on is I've been working on an inventory system, and yes, that box does say Bud Light on it. So obviously these boxes are free, for lack of better terms. What I just started doing, since we have them, I've actually been saving them up because I've been thinking about doing this for a minute, is I save them up, and as I get them, I label the outside, and either new stuff that gets listed goes in here, and I put it in the custom SKU on eBay, or as time allows, I come over here and I take stuff out of this bin and label it. Just go back in and edit the auction and label it and then put it in a box. So the goal is to get away from this big bin of stuff and get it all in smaller boxes, and then hopefully probably along this wall here I'll get some shelves or something to where I can get some boxes in. We have an upstairs living room that I'll probably move into after we get everybody off at college at the end of the summer, and can start getting in there and cleaning that up, and it'll probably be converted into like my office / inventory area, something along those lines. So that's the game plan there. I know I'm probably going to take some criticism for using beer boxes, but you got to remember, I try to use what I have. They were boxes that were just going to be thrown away, so why not use them for something? And what better thing to use them for than this? It keeps me from going and buying boxes and stuff, because I'm trying to keep the cost as low as possible. So the other item we got to pull is going to be 2 pairs of pants. They're both in here in this bin. So obviously an inventory system, as you can tell, is going to be very important for not only sanity, but I think also for efficiency. That's definitely something that I would recommend, is work on, if this is something you're going to do, work on an inventory, or have a game plan at least of how you're going to inventory. I started doing this, and then I came back and realized, oh man, I need an inventory system, and definitely did it backwards. So that was very counterproductive and did not help my scenario any at all. It's this pair of pants down here that's sold. This is a pair of, let's see, these are 1738s. They are brand new with tags. Picked them up at Goodwill. I want to say I paid $7 for them, and they sold for $40. They're a large size, so I don't think I'm going to be able to ship them out in a flat rate priority envelope. So I'm probably going to have to spend a little bit more on shipping, but we'll get them shipped out, and there'll still be some profit there. So that's one pair of jeans. And the other pair of jeans is a pair of just men's George, which I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's Walmart brand, but that's a pair that we had probably bought for my son at one point in time, and he either wore or didn't wear or something along those lines. I'm pretty sure. Nope, those are Walls. They're in here. I know they're in here. I'm pretty sure they're in here. Here we go. It's these here. Just George, regular jeans, nothing fancy. They sold for 20 bucks. But it was technically an item that we have no cost in. I mean, we obviously paid for them at one point in time, but you know, it was laying around the house. It was something we were just going to take to Goodwill, so I put it up on eBay. It was up there for quite a while, but it did eventually sell, so that was kind of cool. Now I got to put this back on here and move a box out of the way. And then we sold toothbrush heads that are in here somewhere. And this is what the whole idea of trying to get away from is. It seemed like a great idea at the time because I was able to pick the actual tote up at Goodwill for like, I think like $2.99. So I was like, oh great, man, that'd be a great place to store everything. What I didn't stop and think about was how inefficient it was to try to dig through a big box like this. It's much more efficient to have 10, 12 things in a box like this than it is to have 40, 50, 60, maybe even more items in a box like this that you're trying to pull everything out, find it, and then put it all back. So this is definitely the way to go. I picked up these Waterpik Sonic toothbrush heads. There's 8 packages of these. Each one has 3 toothbrush heads in it. Total cost for me was $32. Not sure what shipping is going to be on it because they're all pretty light, so it might go first class. But the buyer paid $120 free shipping for these, so that was a good flip. I think if I did the math right, the profit's going to be about 60 bucks on it. So that's the last item. Like I said, there's 8 of them total here. So I'll get all those over here. It's 5, 6, 7, and 8. So there's all 8 of them. So we have these 8, 2 pairs of jeans, and 2 pairs of shoes. So we're gonna go downstairs. Unfortunately, I gotta go downstairs and clean off the table that I do all the shipping on, and then we'll shoot some footage of getting a few things shipped out, and then we'll get it to the post office and close out the video with the numbers. Be back in a minute. Alright, so I was able to get the table cleaned off. I actually had everything stacked up and snapped a photo to put on Instagram so I can show what sold there over the course of the long weekend. Just going to knock out the easiest first. We already know how to do this. I've shown this a bunch of times, so I'm probably just going to show it with one pair. It's a priority shoebox, and you just drop a little piece of packing paper in the bottom, put the first shoe in like so, take the next shoe, put it in like so, where they're in like that. Just take another piece of packing paper, drop it in the top, and you'll seal it up and tape it. It's in there nice and solid, it's not going anywhere. Weigh it, put a label on it, and send it off to its new home. We'll do the same thing with this box. I already got a piece of packing paper in the bottom of it. We'll put this pair of shoes in, take this piece of packing paper and put it in the top, and do the same thing, put a label on both. I'm going to get that done, then I'll come back and I'll show you something else. Alright, so the shoes are packed up and boxed up, and they're ready to go. The next thing is we have the smaller pair of the 2 pairs of jeans that sold. These are just like a regular, the brand is George, and these were my son's at one point, but I don't think he ever really wore them that much. So if I ship these out priority mail in like a box, it's going to cost like 10 bucks. But if I can fold them up and get them to fit in this flat rate priority envelope, it's going to be $7.18. $7.18. I've seen this done before. I've done it a couple of times, but I've done it with smaller jeans. So I never had any problems with any of the jeans that I've ever shipped this way. So I don't see why this would be a problem. It is just a matter of whether or not they're going to actually fit in there. So I'm going to try it and see. If not, then I'll just drop them in a box and pay the $3 extra. I would prefer not to do that. Again, when you're running a small business, every dollar counts. Let's see how it works. This way. Alright, peel this off and see if we can get it to stick. I definitely will be putting tape on this to make sure that it stays, but it looks like this is going to actually work for this size. I've done smaller jeans like this in the past, but this is probably the biggest pair I've done like this. Yeah, it's in there. I'm going to put some tape here, and I'll probably put it on the corners to make sure they don't rip out. But as far as I'm concerned, that works. It's going to get there. It's a pair of jeans. It's in there nice and tight. I don't see any issues with shipping it that way. So we got this, another pair of jeans, but they're a larger pair of jeans. I can attempt to put them in this, but I really just can't see how that would work. If I could, this would be $7.18. Actually got lucky on this pair. They were going right up the road here in Texas, so it's staying in state. So the actual cost just to send it regular priority mail was $7.73. So I could easily put them in like a shoebox, and they would go for $7.73. Why don't I do that? Or I can pay, depending on weight. This box, let's see, I think this box here, in theory, is going to weigh less than a shoebox. This is a regional A box. It weighs basically 4 ounces. Let's see what a shoebox weighs. How much weight would it add to it? This box weighs 5 ounces, so it would be an ounce. The jeans weigh, I actually think it is going to end up being cheaper to put it in the shoebox. I don't know, let's play with it and see. Let's try it. So if I put it in the regional A box, it's going to be $7.80 based off a weight of a 2-pound rate. If I put it in just a shoebox at a 2-pound rate, it's $7.73. So it actually ends up coming out 7 cents cheaper. As long as this box and this pair of jeans come out under 2 pounds, it's cheaper than actually even using the regional A box. So let's do it real quick. Let's try it and see what happens. I mean, it's only 7 cents, so it probably shouldn't be anything to actually fuss over, but at the end of the day, 7 cents is still 7 cents, so why would I intentionally spend 7 cents that I don't have to? Or just literally just kind of roll these up a little bit and drop them in the shoebox just like so. I don't even think you'd need any packing paper or anything. I mean, look at how they fit in there. They fit in there almost perfectly. So as long as this is 2 pounds and under, let's see. It is not 2 pounds and under. It's 2 pounds 3 ounces. So let me change the weight and see if it's still cheaper. Okay, so the shoe box at 2 pounds 3 ounces is going to be $8.10, but now if I switch over to the regional A box, it'll only be $7.80 at the same rate, or at the same weight, not rate. So maybe I did kind of know what I was doing in the beginning, because this will go in there. Like so. And again, this is actually 2 pounds 1 ounce, so it's over the 2 pound mark. So, and it's actually cheaper to go this rate by 30 cents. But still, 30 cents is 30 cents. So we're going to ship this in a regional A box just right up the road here in Texas. Alright, so the last thing is 8 packages of these Waterpik Sonic brush heads. There's 3 in each one. There's a total of 8 in here altogether. By themselves, they weigh under a pound. The only box I have that they'll fit in is this one here. It's probably a little bit bigger than what it needs to be. As you can see, probably the size difference in the boxes. Not a lot, but it made a difference. So there's 2 things on this. The first one, if I could find a box that these would fit in and still be under a pound, which I don't think would be that hard, it was going to cost me $5.42 to ship it that way. First class, which is what was offered to the buyer, and they purchased it and we're fine with that. This was a $120 order, so I would definitely want to get the insurance. The insurance was like $3.80 something cents. So if I just go ahead and switch to priority, put it in yet again another regional A box. I don't use very many of these, but that's 2 today. It comes insured up to $100. It ends up being $8.74, which is only like, I think it was about 20-30 cents more expensive than if I send it first class and buy the insurance. But it now becomes priority and the client gets it faster. So I think it's a win all the way around. I think sometimes you just have to make the decisions, is that, I mean, I'm always going to try to save the 20-30 cents wherever I can, but sometimes you just have to make the decision in regards to, are you getting the value for that 20-30 cents? And I think in this scenario, based off the fact that the client will get this faster and it's already going to be insured up to $100, I think that's the smarter way to go. So that's the way I'm going to do this one. I just put a piece of packing paper in the bottom of the box and slid the brush heads in there, and then I'm going to fit this one in there around them, all the way around. I want them in a little bit of a cushion. Close that up. They're in there, and the client will get it faster this way. And at the end of the day, it's not really costing me much more in shipping when it's all said and done. So that's all the shipments for today. I'm going to get these to the post office and come back, and then we'll go through all the final numbers for the weekend. Alright, so as you saw, we got everything packed up. I did take it to the post office and drop it off. I did not make a Goodwill trip today because I've accumulated quite a few other things through a couple of other sources. In theory, we're going to cover that in a video later on in the week. But between that and getting things rearranged because people's items are being stored here because they're home for summer and stuff like that, which is no big deal, but just trying not to accumulate too much more stuff right at the moment, especially since I'm not organized. With that being said, I got sat down and did all the numbers, and for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, we had a total of 5 sales. For most people, that's not much, but for me, considering the fact that I've hardly touched eBay at all for like 2 weeks. I mean, I've been in the app and I've been on my laptop being active, like sending out offers and stuff like that, but I haven't listed anything. I haven't updated any listings. I haven't really done anything. So 5 sales over the weekend. I'm pretty happy with that, just considering the fact that I really haven't put any work into it. I've been pulled away in so many other different directions. But I did go through the numbers. I've got those. We'll go ahead and go through those now. All in all, no complaints. Gross sales were $279.95. Our cost of goods was $54.07, which took us down to $225.88. Our eBay fees were $37.92, which took us down to $187.96. Shipping fees were $46.17. Every single item ended up going priority mail. There was no first class in any of this, so that is a little bit higher than normal, but I really don't have any complaints. It was figured in on 4 of the 5 items. The toothbrush heads were the only thing that I thought was going first class, but as you saw, that worked out because I would have ended up having to buy insurance anyway, or should buy insurance. You don't have to, but it's probably smart to do it. After that $46.17, that took us down to $141.79 that we actually get to keep. So that's our total. And the profit margin ended up being 50.6%. So all in all, no complaints, $141, plus actually the cost of goods also comes back to us. So it's actually a little bit more than that when it's all said and done. I have 0 complaints considering the fact I really haven't done anything with this for the last couple of weeks. I've been pretty busy with other avenues of life, but I'm really hoping to get back into it. Today's June the 1st. I actually sat down and shot a video. I actually got a few items that I'm fixing to go take photos of and get listed. I'm ready to get back on board. I do need to get back up in this room and try to straighten out this inventory and stuff, because we do have that daughter coming in for our son's graduation. So I don't want her to see her room like this. Might be a couple of late nights. Thankfully, I don't think she watches these videos either. Anyway, if you found any of this information to be useful or helpful, please hit the subscribe button, the thumbs up, and the bell, so that way you get notified whenever we put out our next video. Until next time, thank you very much and have a great day.